How important are looks really to women? What's a woman's algorithm for choosing a potential partner? And if you consider yourself to be an ugly guy, what are 5 actionable steps you can take today to improve your chances with women? I'm dating coach Hayley Quinn. I work with men and women, and this video is not going to be sugar-coated because I think that doesn't really help you, does it? So first of all, let's break down and get on a level with how important looks really are to women. If you can, pause this video and take a moment to write in the comments one not conventionally handsome man who happens to be a serious hit with women. There is a difference between being conventionally good looking and attractive all round as a human being. That's why even if a guy is really handsome and that gets him initially more interest, if he then goes on to be boring or strange or creepy or not fun to hang out with or doesn't share women's values, then the relationship is unlikely to progress any further. Just because you might walk into a bar and immediately notice the women who are more or less your type doesn't mean that she goes about dating in exactly the same way. In fact, women have, I would say, a slightly different algorithm for what they find attractive and how they choose partners. She may give initial interest to a guy who is more her type on paper, but she will continue to build relationships with guys who are fantastic communicators, socially skillful, who have drive and ambition, have interesting and fulfilling lives, and who have good self-esteem. So if you're not conventionally good looking, instead of using this to place all the blame on for why you're not getting success with women, instead take back control and look at all the variables that you can change to create more success in your dating life. Action step 1 is to get into a good mindset around this, or to keep pushing yourself to get into a better mindset around this. I know dating can be tough and it can be stressful, and when you feel that rejection, it's so easy to just chalk that up and say, well, women don't like me. Women aren't attracted to guys like me. Like, I'm doomed. Funnily enough, as a dating coach, I work with women too, and you may be surprised to hear the women will end up having very much the same narratives or bad mindsets around dating. What you've got to recognize is when you're in this frame of mind, you're ultimately disempowering yourself. You're saying there's like nothing you can do. And as your coach, I'm here to say that isn't true. And the first step comes with improving your mindset. You could say to yourself, sure, I don't look like Liam Hemsworth. That's okay. I value so many other things about myself, and the right women, when I connect with them, are going to recognize that value too. My second action step is within this mindset to get very, very comfortable with the idea of being proactive. If you are relying on inbound interest, that's women who send messages to you on dating apps, or women who approach you in real life, or relationships that just kind of fall into your lap or just happen, wow, you are seriously limiting your options. One of the best gifts you can give to yourself is to make the decision to be proactive. In modern dating, men and women are scared of meeting each other. They don't show signals, they don't initiate conversations, they rarely really take that risk and put all their chips in and become proactive in their dating life. If you can be the person that becomes really proactive, if you can master meeting women in real life, then suddenly you're going to open up so many more possibilities. Honestly, it won't even matter if most of the women you meet, you're not their type, because you're going to have so many more options than if you had simply waited on inbound interest. My third action step is to build up your wider life, especially your social life. Women are going to be attracted to you if you are a well-rounded individual. If you have hobbies and interests, if you have other friends that are just as important for you to see as it is to meet up with her. Also, if you have a developed social circle, this is probably one of the most fantastic ways to meet women. Because rather than maybe initially judging you on whether you're more or less your type, if you meet someone who's a friend of a friend or at a friend's party, they're going to be more open to getting to know you and more likely to actually wind up on a date with you than someone who you meet anonymously through a dating app. Building up these areas of your life takes time. It does mean leaving the house. So whether it's developing a side hustle, returning to education, becoming proactive at a hobby or an interest, or developing social relationships, which I know from coaching so many men often fall by the wayside, long run, this is going to pay serious dividends to your dating life. My fourth action step for you is, yes, improve your looks within reason. Like, I'm not talking about steroids or cosmetic surgery or anything extreme. Whether you're a man or a woman, taking a reasonable degree of care over your physical appearance is just an attractive thing to do. It shows a degree of self-care and self-esteem. That could mean simple things like showering daily, grooming, putting on aftershave, clipping your nails, going to bed on time, eating a good diet, taking up a sport or hitting the gym, working on how you can improve your personal style so you look cool and like the kind of guy that she imagines herself meeting. Instead of thinking you need to suddenly change your DNA and look like Liam Hemsworth, work with what you've got. A well-presented, fashionable, clean man is again going to have an initial, stronger first impression on women, and that's going to help your dating results. My fifth and final action step for you, again, this will take some time to develop, but it's so worth learning about, is to focus on developing your social skills. Women are also very aware of subtle social cues which show how socially confident you are and that you understand kind of the social rules of the environment that you're interacting in. A man who is behaving in a way that is perceived as socially odd could appear dangerous to a woman, whilst on the flip side, please write them in the comments, there are many examples of men who are not conventionally attractive but who have very sophisticated social skills who become extremely desirable to women. If you're shy, neurodiverse, or lacking in social skills experience in any way, I'd really encourage you to head over to my channel. I have literally a wealth of videos on how you can improve your social and conversational skills. So can you get a girlfriend even if you're not a conventionally attractive man? Of course you can. Yeah, it may be a little bit unfair that that guy who did stroll out of the womb looking like Liam Hemsworth got a foot up in this, but it doesn't mean that you can't win this race. You can absolutely do it, but you're going to have to be prepared to put the work in, to put the learning in. But I can just reassure you that if you go on this journey, it's going to be one of the most rewarding experiences that you will ever do. I hope you check out my channel to see some of my other videos on how you can get started.